Welcome to the Money Zone. It's your girl, Falashade, the accountability accountant, guys. I am so excited to be here with you guys on this Tuesday. What is it? Like 2 days after Valentine's Day for all of my lovers and all of my friends and all of my single people. Hopefully your Valentine's Day was absolutely amazing. Mine was not too great, but look. As long as you guys have fun, I had fun too, right? Live vicariously through all of y'all. So no, I'm excited tonight, guys, because we have an amazing guest. You guys know him, better known as Tony the Closer. So he's having a few technical difficulties right now, but he would be on the show shortly, guys. So while we're waiting for Tony to get his computer up and running, let me just tell you guys about what we got going on and tax season and all of that stuff. So guys, if you're not following me on all things social media, go to Falashade, the accountant on Instagram. Follow me there. Falashade, the accountability accountant on Facebook. And don't forget, after the show, within 24 hours, the show will be on ripradionetwork.com for you to catch the replay. And then after the 24 hours, you can go on all of the podcast platforms like Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Apple, Amazon, and also and listen to the radio show like a podcast. So if you guys are bored, if you have some free time, go ahead on. You know I'm entertaining. You know you love my voice. You go ahead on and play it while you're cleaning up, dealing with the kids, so you can learn some stuff as well. But then don't forget to rate us our 5-star ratings so we can move up the calendar. Well, I said up the calendar, up the pollings, right? But no, guys, I'm so excited because, you know, this is 2021. It's shaping up to be an amazing year so far. So much chaos, so much drama. But look, guys, we're not even here for all of that. We're here to make them coins, make impact, and change people's lives. So do me one favor, guys, while Tony is getting himself situated, go ahead on and share the video. Tell your friends Falashade is coming on. Well, she's already on. Share the video and then get your pen and your paper, guys. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick little break and we'll be right back. Hey guys, good evening, good evening, good evening. So I'm excited for tonight's special guest. We have Tony the Closer, Tony Robinson. He is a remarkable individual and a tenacious sales professional. His achievements as a former NFL player, sales expert, and mentor have made him a pace setter with amazing contributions. The creator of It's Our Turn movement, Tony is a visionary of the 100K Club live event, which was the largest African-American real estate event of the year. Tony is also celebrated as the author of the best-selling book, The Closer's 21 Proven Secrets to Close More Wholesale Deals in 30 Days with No Sales Experience. Over the years, Tony has closed thousands of deals and generated more than $10 million in auto and real estate sales. With deep market knowledge coupled with an analytical, detail-oriented approach, Tony is equipped to understand the needs of the most discerning buyers and sellers. He delivers an experience rooted in customer service, integrity, and expertise. His strong negotiating and marketing skills make him a keen advocate for clients, proactively seeking out new opportunities to enhance his services and continually attain excellence, with client satisfaction being the ultimate objective. After much success, like most of us, Tony faced adversity. In spite of an unsuccessful business, failed marriage, betrayals, and being incarcerated for 63 days, Tony remains undefeated. With determination, self-accountability, and an undefeated mindset, Tony is able to turn any obstacle or roadblock into an opportunity. Going from dead broke to making over 100K in less than 90 days, Tony knows what it takes to win and has made it his mission to educate and empower the community with knowledge that catapulted his success in real estate sales and closing deals. A humanitarian to the core, Tony continued to defy the odds while still on probation, helping over 7,000 people close their first real estate wholesale deal within the last 2 years. Through the It's Our Turn movement, Tony has supported over 500 people to make their first 500K. Welcome to the 100K Club. On 11/8 and 11/9 of 2019, Tony led the celebration alongside more than 20 extraordinary speakers sharing more knowledge that changed over 1,400 people's lives as they knew it. It's our turn with the belief that people are the root and foundation of our communities. To build strong communities, we must fortify the root. This is Tony's motivation towards linking what's clients. Guys, help me welcome Tony the Closer to the Money Zone.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Oh, you did that truck? You want the hook truck. See, this is why I like going to the studio. Hey, how are you?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
Oh, pretty good. We want to say thank you so much for gracing us with your presence today. I know you're a busy guy. You're all over the country and stuff right now. My team said your team, you guys are out. So we just appreciate you guys coming on the show to kind of like touch, the lives of my community. We all follow you and everything. So we, for you to be here, we appreciate you, Tony.
Hey, thank you so much for the opportunity. And, coming on any platform, the one thing I want to do is make sure that I can give you guys some value, and I appreciate you sharing your audience with me. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, Tony. So my first question is, It's Our Turn, where did that movement come from? Where did that idea come from? It's slick, it's catchy. How did that idea come to your mind?
Yeah, so I think it was 2018. I decided that I was going to really take a mission on really empowering the community using real estate. And I know most people, when you see people get into business, traditionally what happens is everybody's in it for themselves. Like, how much can I make for me? What can I make? Me. And I just wanted to kind of change, the atmosphere in the real estate environment, because in the wholesale environment in particular, it's a very, very competitive and edgy world. But I wanted to, I knew that building a community aspect where we could all work together, I could share my expertise and other people could also share what they've learned throughout the journey. It would just, help each other grow faster. I knew together that we would get there faster. And I was on the live and it just happened to come out and it was like, it's our turn. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty catchy. And I decided to use that as our slogan, and just through the past couple of years, have been thousands of people who have come through my trainings, and just the community that we built is so tight knit. So many people, from all over the country, just working their butts off and helping each other win in real estate.
Oh, I love it. So, guys, prime example, that's when your best ideas come, when you just doing things, you write it down, you take notes, and then you jump right on it and you execute it. So, Tony, most of the people don't really know what actually is wholesaling. What exactly is wholesaling?
Right. So I know everybody knows what the pawn shop is, right?
Yeah.
So anybody that's ever heard of wholesaling, I basically compare it to the pawn shop of real estate. And when we think of the pawn shop traditionally, right, that's somebody that's going through something that they're trying to get some money pretty quickly. They're going through a situation where they're typically going to be, to the point where they're willing to sell an item that's worth a lot more than what is going to be sold for, because they need that money. 3 years ago, when I was getting out of jail, my Louis Vuitton luggage, I always use that as the example. I had, a $4,000 Louis Vuitton luggage set. I go to the pawn shop and they offer me $700. And you always say, hey, who in the hell would take $700 for something that's worth $4,000? Well, somebody that's needing money right away. Well, in real estate, there's a lot of people that are going through foreclosures, tax sales, probates, and so many other motivating factors that they're about to lose their houses, and they most of the time they lose the house, and there's no, the bank just gets the money. There's no win for the homeowner. They basically just get out. But what we started doing was helping people know that, hey, depending on the situation, we might be able to help you. Even if you can't keep the house, now you might be able to at least put some money in your pocket on the way out. And it's been something that, like I tell people, is just basically serving as the middleman. So essentially, we're wholesaling. We're looking for off-market properties that aren't listed on MLS. You don't have to be a realtor. You don't need to have a real estate license. You don't need to use your credit. It's not like you're not actually purchasing a house. In real estate, there's, basically we're using a contract. You can put a property under contract and then assign that contract or your equitable interest in that contract to an end buyer. So what we essentially do is we play the middleman game. So we put a property under contract with somebody that's a distressed seller that fits the pawn shop model. And then we go and basically connect them with our cash buyers that I teach people how to find. And we make a profit. So basically, for example, if we find a house that's worth $100,000, but it needs some work, and we get it for $50,000, right? House is worth $100,000, but it needs some work. I'll go take that $50,000, that $100,000 house that I got for $50,000 on the contract, and I'm gonna try to sell that for at least $10,000, $20,000 in profit. And I'll be trying to sell my contract to an end buyer. The best part about wholesaling, for people that like really get nervous, they go, "Well, is it legal?" 100% legal. And then the next thing they go is, "Well, what if I can't find a buyer?" Tony, I just heard you mention, you go out and find a buyer after you put a property under contract. Well, the cool thing is with wholesaling, it's very easy to find buyers when you have good deals. First and foremost, people are buying, right now, just like the stock market and everything else, people are trying to take advantage of the deals in the economy. So, that's there. But essentially, we put that property in the contract. We sell that contract to a cash buyer. If we can't find a cash buyer, the best part about wholesaling is everything to gain, nothing to lose, right? What I mean by that is, if we can't find a buyer, we can simply cancel the contract. So if we get that property under contract and we can't find the end buyer, or if whatever the situation is where that deal just isn't going to work, we can simply cancel the contract, and there's no harm, no foul.
Wow. So they won't lose their earnest money deposit and all of that nonsense like a normal real estate deal.
Correct.
Okay. So I used to be a real estate agent before the market crashed. And what I was thinking, or what I've heard through the grapevine, is that if you are wholesaling, you cannot be a real estate agent. Is that true in certain states?
That is not true. Actually, what you have to do is you just have to disclose that you are indeed a real estate agent, broker, or what have you. So that's the most important part, is the disclosure of obviously being an agent or a broker. But you 100% can wholesale as a real estate agent or broker. As a matter of fact, my the way my family is structured, both my sister, she's a licensed agent. My father, who also has a 26-year company, is ran with him and his wife, who happens to be a agent as well.
Wow. So for all y'all agents that posted that nonsense on Instagram, y'all were wrong. Look, okay. So we
see, and that's one of the things. Like, I think being informed. I think that was one of the things that happened, in the past couple of years. A lot of people have always been under the impression, or made the assumption that, hey, I got to be licensed. If I am licensed, I'm not able to wholesale, etc. One thing I'll tell you is that you can. I think getting the proper information and just informing yourself on that stuff can be an absolute game changer and a life changer for a lot of people, because the reality is, and I know this is going to hurt a lot of the real estate agents' feelings right now. Most real estate agents are broke. If you haven't been in the business for a while, and you have a big, network, you typically start off broke. And the reality is that either networking with wholesalers or wholesaling can be a great way to bring in some additional cash. As you start your career, because the reality is that, that side is a little slower. And typically the people that have been in the business longer, they make the most money.
That's true, guys. Because it's hard out here in these streets, to be really honest with you. And seeing it from the tax side, he's right. So from your perspective, what I really liked about you was that you took the stigma out of, oh, you have to have the suit on. Oh, you have to, be well connected or already be a real estate agent. You took all of the stigma, all of that out of the picture. And so you let everyday Black men from the street, from the mud, from everywhere know that, okay, you can learn this and make millions of dollars. And so what was it? Were you trying to attract the Black man, or was it just because you smoked your weed, you did your thing on a live show, they just came to you? So what was it? Because that attracted me, your personality. You was down to earth. You wasn't all stuck up like everybody else because they got some clout on Instagram. And I'm just sitting there looking like, let me see what your books look like, how much money you really bringing in, and then we can really talk. But you took the wall down and made it seem like it's accessible for everybody. Did you deliberately do that to attract the Black male, or what?
Well, for one, I believe in being my authentic self. I think that's an amazing question that you asked. I think the most important thing is, 2017, I was sitting in jail. And, while I was dealing with my own personal issue, I was hearing stories of 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old men who were like going to jail. And it was because they didn't know of another way to make money. So they were doing things based off desperation. And it became 100% intentional to be able to provide people with a different avenue of being able to make money. And I knew this strategy would be something that could be extremely impactful. And I remember in 2018, I was actually at an event, and I listened to someone tell me the impact. And I think when you see it in person, when you hear somebody that goes, hey, I use your shit and it changed my life, that was like kind of the first time I really understood the impact that it could be for the average Black male that thought that they had to go and be somebody's employee and work for whatever their wages are, right? And I just wanted to be able to be myself and help my people. I know the reality is that there's a lot of people out here that look like me that just resonate with just the raw, uncut delivery. And I'm not wanting to, hey, you guys, this is YouTube and like that's not my style. But I like to be able to make it just straightforward to the point and make it to where you can comprehend it and then go take action and get paid with it.
So guys, I'm gonna have to put a little spin on what he's basically saying. Right now, we're in a landscape where you don't even have to be nothing but yourself right now. I remember when I first started my accounting firm 10 years ago, I had to wear the suit every day. It was like I had to act smart and be smart 24/7. But we're now in a day and age that people are really making millions of dollars by being their authentic self. And so if you're watching this show right now, first thing I want you guys to do, go ahead on and follow Tony. Head over to his Instagram, tell him Falashade sent you. and check him out and look at what he's doing. He's being his true self, guys. He go ham on people. I be cracking up laughing in the middle of the night, y'all. I'm supposed to be asleep, but I be right on his live streams, y'all. But what I want you guys to take from this is that you don't have to be nobody but yourself. So if you geeky, if you smart, if you're a little hood, if you stutter a little bit, if you act like me a little bit,
be yourself. Be yourself.
And I remember
it's somebody for everybody. I think that's one thing that people got to understand. We always trying to fit into someone else's bubble instead of being and attracting the people that's for us. I never try to worry about the people that don't like me because I'm not worried about attracting the people that don't fuck with me. It's too many people that I think can understand my delivery, can understand my approach, can understand my journey, my struggle. And that's who I talk to. I transparently share my story of going to jail for 63 days with a domestic violence case and making myself the butt of jokes because I know that it's somebody that can get impact from that it can be, something that they can use to change their life. So I think just the transparent part of life, I think social media created where so many people just put up the pretty shit, it was just only when things were great. Like it was amazing to watch how many people a year and a half ago told me, hey man, chill out. You're being too raw. Hey, you know, and now those same people like, your shit popping. Like, wait a minute. Like, so I think it's important just to kind of understand that along your way, some people might not understand you, but being yourself, you will always attract the right people for you. And that's what's important.
No, I totally agree. Cause like now I don't have to be perfect. I even did hookah in one of my meetings with my bookkeeping client. It's different vibes now, guys. You really just can be yourself. Okay. So let me spin a little bit. So how did you create Rona Proof? Where did that come out? How did that idea, you're in Rona, you hit the market. It's the perfect time. And I'm like, oh man, he over here genius. Like, how did that come?
Yeah. I think that was one of my high nights. I was on IG Live and it really was kind of one of those things where you knew that, with COVID-19 hitting America as hard as it did and everything sat still, we needed to figure a way to still be able to make money. And I remember even for my personal, my other businesses that I had, like my event business, which, I go and I travel and I do live events. I had to put all that stuff on pause. I couldn't go and make, the money that I was expecting to make. And so many other people had to adjust their way that they were making money because, obviously what was going on. And I was just thinking, I was like, hey, man, everybody's talking about Rona right now. Let's get Rona Proof. My strategy, you don't even have to meet the seller. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to do anything. But as long as you got a laptop, you can follow my 10-step system. You can literally go out here and get paid from home virtually. And you can actually make money no matter where you live at. You don't have to live in the United States. This is a matter of fact, you don't even have to live in the actual area where you're doing deals.
Wow.
And as we started taking this approach, at the beginning, most people were kind of like, man, ain't nobody doing no damn deals right now. It's COVID-19. That's bullshit. You scamming, it's a pyramid scheme. And then they start saying, whoa, shit, he's posting a new success story every fucking day. And what was happening was the people that heard my message and they were like, oh, this dude's not BSing. They came in, they took it serious. And we had Derby, for example. Derby made over $103,000 in one deal. We had a young man named Greg who made $90,629 in his first deal at 21 years old. We had Marissa and Jamarcus. They made like $80,000. They were down to their last $300. And then ended up going up like $80,000+. We had my guy, Derek Haller, who made like $500,000, like in no time. My man, Ramon has made like $1.7 million or something astronomical. But what happened was we talked about a system and it's all about being able to follow steps, having access to good data. So we got to be able to know where we can find these people at that we're going to be looking for these properties. Then we got to be able to know how we market to them, what we should say to them, so we can actually get them to be able to say, yes, I want to sell you my house. And then we got to be able to connect with the cash buyers that we're going to be middleman in these deals with. So I streamlined that entire process and I packaged it into a 10-step system. And it just took off. I mean, like the success stories that, obviously something I just shared. I think the name and the timing was perfect because people were looking for ways to make money. And Rona Proof was born, and people are now making. I mean, we've I think it's like over $2.4 million has been made, virtually without ever seeing the house, without ever walking out of the front door, without having to meet the seller, without having to meet the buyer. We're talking about virtual wholesaling. Like you got a laptop, you got a Wi-Fi, oh, you're good to go. So that doesn't matter how good you look. You don't have to be the best looking. You don't have to be the smoothest talking. You don't have to be Tony the closer or nothing like that. I give you the exact steps. I tell you exactly what to say. I tell you what to say. I mean, how to say it to the people. I tell you what pictures. Like if you're a novice or if you're even experienced, I tell you exactly my method, my proven method that's helped so many people. And it's just been, obviously like amazing. I mean, Rona Proof has like, it has taken the hell off. It's been super amazing.
I see you over there though. So if you guys don't know, head over there and follow Tony the Closer. He was one of the first ones that was doing a wholesaling on the Shade Room, and then now you see a lot of people have actually duplicated his whole little verbiage or whatever. But one of my questions to you is wholesaling long term? Can it be a long term business, and can it be scalable?
Great questions. Both of them are great questions. First and foremost is wholesaling something that you can do long term, and I say absolutely. I think any business though, you have to be able to adapt. Like my business from the outset is a business that was in person. I would go to the house, I would meet the seller. I was doing it the traditional way, and then I just had to adapt with the current times. And just so people know, like certain states have put in infrastructure with new legislation to try to make wholesaling harder. And let's talk about why they did that. Because niggas is doing it now, period. Yep. Like white people have been doing this for so long. And now that, Tony the Closers and everybody are talking about this, they're going to put legislation. But being able to adapt, understanding how you properly market to the right people, will always keep you where you can make money. Here's the thing that I always stress with wholesaling. I like some people like fall in love with real estate and everything else. I'm not a person that was in love with real estate. I was in love with what real estate could open as far as opportunities, the vehicle that it provided me. I have people who are in the beauty industry. I have people that are truckers. I have people that are just entrepreneurs that have come into this industry, got 1, 2, 3, 4 deals and use that money to go fund other business opportunities. So this is an opportunity just to be able to make capital. You can scale this thing to the moon, right? You can do this stuff. I mean, literally with getting virtual assistants and building out a team to basically where it's going to be on automation. That's where I'm at now. I don't hardly touch anything anymore. My team literally runs everything behind the scenes for me now. So wow. I think it's something that I think people can really understand is that you can scale this to as aggressive and as far as you want to.
Wow. Okay, guys. So let's go ahead and put a lot of stuff what Tony said into business perspective. So any business, guys, that we go into, you do not want to be stuck behind the desk. Okay. It has to be scalable. You have to be able to duplicate yourself, have your virtual assistants, your staff, or whatever the case may be. And wholesaling is the same way Tony is saying. He's saying that you can go ahead on, learn the tricks of the trade by joining his Rona Proof program, okay? And then duplicating every step and teaching your team how to possibly do this. However, if you're struggling with scaling your first business, then it might not be that easy for you, but you can probably make the first 2-3 deals, use that money, and then go ahead on and fund your existing business as well. So I just want to ask you, just from an accountant standpoint, can I do it? Like if I was to get the program, already got my team, is it just that easy? Just follow your steps.
A lot of people get sold. You've been watching me long enough.
I was almost about to buy it, yes, like 4 or 5 times. And I'm like, okay, I need to stay focused on the business, need to stay focused. Then I see you again, like, oh, I could have some extra coins. So, yeah.
You've been watching me for a while. So I just want to stress, I don't bullshit, right? Like I don't make this a sales pitch. I don't care who you are. If you can follow the directions and you're an implementer, like this will work for you. Okay. It's a proven method. It's a proven strategy. Like I know because this is what I tell people all the time. If my life was on the line and I know I needed money, I know where I'm going to get it. Point blank, period. That's how confident I am in this system. I've been able to literally go from being completely broke to making six figures in less than 60 days. I've been able to watch people make $35,000, $40,000 in their very first deal. This provides you with an opportunity that's absolutely life-changing. The average black man makes $34,000 a year. The average black female makes $31,000 a year. That's based off the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. So what I'm telling you is the average wholesale assignment fee is $12,000. So if you do 3 deals a year, you have already out-earned the average black male or female. That's just the reality of it. And the reality of what this business affords as an opportunity is to be able to do this, from home. You can do it over and over again. And it's not like you can do it once or twice. You can do this as many times as you can. Is simply understanding marketing, how you get in contact with the people that actually need to put those properties under contract that fit that pawn shop model. And then, obviously being consistent with your systems and building out your team. So I think this is something that no matter who you are, what you're actually, doing as far as another job or expertise, this is something that you can implement and you can make money with.
Look, hey guys, let's go ahead on over ronaproof.com. Go ahead on and register for its upcoming webinar so you guys can learn the tricks to the trade and then also build generational wealth. Because right now times are getting tougher. I don't see anything coming in the clear. We have to really take the bull by this horn and do what we need to do. So if I were you and I had my last $2,000-$3,000, I would invest in the program myself, guys. I would definitely invest in the program if you know you're going to execute and implement.
And let me touch on that. Mm-hmm. My free training is better than most people's paid trainings. If you're not in a position where you can even make an investment, you can literally watch my free training and implement my free training. My free trainings have made millions of dollars for people. Wow. So I want to be clear. Like a lot of times people go to webinars and the webinars is bullshit. It's a waste of your time. When you come to any training of mine, if you are an implementer and ready to learn, you will get real actionable shit that you can go off that training and go get paid with. I don't waste anybody's time. I give you exact game. I give you stuff that you can go out here and get paid, because at the end of the day, what I have realized is if you win, we all win. That's what It's Our Turn is about. Because now I know whether you invested into the actual training or not, you're going to be like, man, Tony, the closes is shit. This man just helped me make $25,000. And if I get, how many people do I need to say, hey, I helped you make 10, 5, 10, 15, 20,000 before everybody is now talking about me in a positive way where the people will come from me. I always understood the fact that I need to get no matter where you are in your life, whether you got the money to invest or if you need to come in on the freeway, either way, I'm going to help you get paid. Right. I need you to understand that you got to be ready mentally to do what's required, because everybody think this shit going to be easy. I don't sell get rich quick schemes and none of that. I sell something that's a working program, but you got to do the work. If you don't do the work, shit won't work. I really encourage everybody that if you're on here tonight, if you watch this at any time, I want you to understand 2020 showed us we had to be able to adapt. Yep. And we did. Virtual wholesaling, Rona Proof was born. We had people all over the country, outside the country, making money with real estate. Now it's taking it to the next level. And this year is like, okay, bringing more awareness to it, having more people to now understand that you can use this to leverage it to grow and scale any type of business that you want to do, right? So you can take this income that you make in this business and do whatever you want to for your life. And what it's just been able to afford for me and my family is been an absolute life changer. I've been able to now buy my grandmother bought my grandmother's $1.2 million house cash, retire my mom. And I just want people to be able to, really get this, because, most people think, hey, I'll never be able to have success, or they think that they won't ever be able to make good money. And they're always, chasing this 9 to 5, carrot that people dangle in front of you. I just want to let you know what's out here, what's, other opportunities that are in front of you. It's the real shit. It's the real deal. And I'd be glad to help anybody that's interested in learning how they can grow and scale their business.
Yeah, so you was talking about that money, but we're going to take a quick little break, guys. We're going to let Tony grab him some water, and we're going to take a 5-minute break. But while we have Tony on break, go ahead on and follow him. Go to ronaproof.com. Guys, we're still in the pandemic. I advise you to get your coins up. Only thing what came to my mind, what did he say? He had said something in my mind. I was about to start dancing and everything, but go follow Tony. Right? Go follow him. Go to ronaproof.com as well so you guys can register for the webinar and see what's out there. You might even love wholesaling better than what you're actually doing right now. And to be really honest with you, real estate is a game changer. It is one of the easiest ways and most in history, the most historic way that most people build generational wealth. So why not try and really expose yourself and your family? You can see clearly from Tony's demeanor, everything. You don't have to be picture perfect. You don't have to have connections. You just have to have tenacity and the willingness to execute. So Tony, if you can just stay right on, guys, we're going to take a quick little break and we'll be right back. Your refund is not something extra, okay? That's another thing. Y'all see here, not even understanding that if you broke, you do need to find somebody to help you with your coins. I don't know why y'all think that accountants and financial advisors only work for the rich. Hell no. I had to financially advise myself to even get to where I am now. Shit, when I was getting refunds, I had to financially advise myself on how to use the refunds. Like, guys, my story, I used my actual tax refund to build my business. I really did. I had Brim. Brim was born 2012. Started the business 2011, August. I got my refund and I put it right back into the business. I didn't have employees then. I didn't have a big office. I didn't have all of the stuff that we got right now, right? I put it back into the business. So I had to financially advise myself too. So regardless of how much money you have or how much money you don't have, are you being smart with what you have? Are you going to do right with what you have? Make some investments, save some stuff, start your business, do some things. But the last thing I want you guys to do is just fuck it up. And that's been one of my drinks. That's my little Drake song. No, that's the last thing I want you guys to do because we're still treading light waters right now, y'all. I don't know when we're going to get out of all of this mess. And I don't see anything happening overnight because there's too much policies happening. They haven't even really niched down and say who deserved what, who's supposed to get what. Biden is putting in so many executive orders and doing so much that they're blindly not even seeing that we're developing more and more problems as we're growing, as we're moving. So that's another story. We talk about taxes tonight. Do not file your taxes via TurboTax. I know you cheapskates and all of y'all like flush day. Here you go again with this nonsense. Y'all know every year I say it because I want you guys to do better. And let me give you a real live example of why TurboTax is never really that satisfying for all of you. Okay, number one, I had a client call. They've already paid their invoice and moved forward, but they called the office. Well, Randy called them and scheduled a meeting with me, right? And so the first thing that the individual and his wife was saying was that they're not certain that they've been able to maximize Okay? Accountability matters. Accounting matters, okay? And being forthcoming matters. But most importantly, being you and staying true to yourself is what really matters. Hey guys, we are back. If you guys are just tuning in, we are talking with, I'm gonna say, I don't know if you might like this, the infamous, because you hate it and love you like, it's a good little balance. People love to hate you for real. But now let me go jokes though. So I was supporting you in one of your little clubhouses, right? When they had smashed you, and I was like, nah, he real deal. I ended up falling asleep. Wow, I wake up to like 15 Instagram messages. Man, why you supporting that nigga? He this. I'm like, oh, I just went ham on everybody. They didn't respond back to me because I'm like real gutter with the mouth or whatever. But it's just interesting how you care more about the people than what I've seen a lot of people out here do. But what we're not paying attention to is the impact. See, guys, it's not really about what that coach or what that person is making. It's actually what their tribe and their community is making. And I really haven't seen too many people online have as much receipts outside of you that's actually putting it out there where your people can come and say, oh, this person did this or this person, he did help me do this. So I just want to give you your flowers while you're here on the show. Keep doing good work and changing and making impact on our lives, especially these men, because I can't do that part. That's on you. You can change their lives. All I can do is manage their money. But you're doing good. You're being a great example to show them that they can smoke their weed, they can live, they can drive Lambos, they can do any and everything that they want. The world is yours. So guys, if you're watching this, if you don't take anything from this show, I want you to take 3 things. 1, real estate, you can do it. You don't have to have no suit. You don't have to have no license. You can have a criminal background. You can be exactly who you are. Number 2, the world is yours. You just have to go and execute on it. And 3, you just need a true mentor to really guide you guys throughout this process. So Tony, you had said something. You said if you win, we all win. So is that why you created your 100K club?
100%. But before we go there, I want to talk about the reality of what comes with. I know you mentioned the people that, the haters and being, infamous or whatever you might call it, right? I think one of the most important things is to be transparent. And we live in a time right now where everybody clout chasing and trying to fit in to be something, to be somebody. And I think a lot of times what happens is these guys forget ultimately what this is all about. A lot of people say, hey, they're about the culture, they're about the community. And these will be the same people that will support people that take advantage and do bad business by the community. And one thing I stand for is when people do business with me is protecting my name and the business that they did with me. And, obviously, like I know a lot of people have seen some of the stuff that's went down, whether it be Jay Morrison or whoever. One thing that you can look at in my track record, I got over 25,000 people that spent money with me in the past 2 years. Out of those 25,000 plus people, there's not a single scam report. There's not a Better Business complaint. Not a single one. And I'm talking about 25,000 people. And when you look at people who get into the position where they start collecting dollars from the community and they're here for the community, they have a responsibility to honor the position that they've now, garnered in the community. So many people want to be influencers or be a leader in the community, and then they misuse their influence and their power. One thing about me is I don't have a problem with people not understanding where I come from, because a lot of people that speak, negatively on me have never had direct dealings with me. When the people that have had direct dealings with me, they don't come from that type of place. People that have known me for my entire life, still to this day, still rock with me. The people that you see that come in and out are typically people that have been exposed to trying to take advantage or do something unethical, which I just don't stand for. But I think that one thing that I take the most pride in is being exactly exactly the opposite of these guys that are taking advantage of people, misleading people. The fake cars, the nigga don't own shit. They just selling dreams to talk about who they are. They rich in real life and all this other dumb shit, but they really broke. And I just think that we got to get beyond the fact that we like somebody, what they've been talking about, and actually look at the body of work and what's been going on behind it. And I'll just say, to hell with my personal gains. If you just look at in the past 2 years, it's not anybody that can say from the financial side in the Black community, they've been going this hard. I literally can show documents of over $300,000 in donations back to the community out of my account without clout. I can really show you millions of dollars of people that came through my training that have been made, through my trainings ethically. I can show you 25,000 plus people that have got exceptional business and not a single Better Business complaint. So when people come and they try to talk and throw shade on my name or talk about my past or anything like that, all you got to do is look at my body of work, because that shit speak for itself. Like I tell people all the time, like, I can go everywhere in America and I don't have to look over my shoulder or worry about somebody, wanting to slide on me because I done did bad business with them. And that's how I'm always going to be is straightforward, honest, and with being ethical. And a lot of people don't understand it. Our community hates accountability. So when you call people out for doing unethical shit, and you look like the bad guy, but that's just part of it. And I understand that.
Yeah. So have you gotten your nonprofit set up yet? I didn't message you.
I just looked at the message that you had sent me. No, I don't have a nonprofit set up. So, we might have to do some, you
supposed to have already, especially this year, 2020, all that you did, you were supposed to go ahead on and write that off though. But yeah, I'll message you. Okay. So look, guys, Tony, we got 4 minutes. Is there anything in particular you want to leave the people with? And the floor is yours. Anything in particular at all?
Yeah, I just want people to understand that right now is more important than ever to be able to find ways that you can make money and that you can do it from home. And with the strategy called Rona Proof virtual wholesaling, it opens up an opportunity for you to be able to do exactly that. And Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to give you a free training. You can go to ronaproof.com and sign up for the webinar. In addition to that, you can connect with me on both YouTube, Instagram, Twitter at Tony the Closer. My YouTube channel has a ton of free information and show you how you can get paid in real estate as well. So you can definitely feel free to take a look at that as well. Fola, thank you so much, for bringing me on the platform and sharing your audience with me. Super appreciative of it.
No, we appreciate you too, Tony, though, because you're actually a prime example of what a leader is supposed to do when they're in a position of leadership. And you're the type of person, as the accountability accountant, I'm glad that you're on the show, because you've held a lot of people online accountable for their BS. And you've actually received a lot of backlash because you're protecting the community. So, guys, I just wanted you all to just understand that you can have the rich and the fame and still do good by everybody. You can hunt on your daddy, you can shit on everybody, you can still do good by the people too.
It is crazy when people get mad at you for trying to protect people, right? It's like, but that's when I see it, I just understand that sometimes people don't understand the perspective. I learned that was like 2020 was perspective. That's the word. That was the word for 2020. Is perspective is everything. Somebody from another perspective may not understand because they haven't experienced it or been through it. But for everybody that might not understand, just understand that sometimes there's a different perception.
Mm-hmm.
That everything.
And it's not really what y'all see either. So yeah. So just to go ahead and back Tony up what he said about the all his donations. So Tony, y'all know me. I don't care who it is. If I see them fucking up the money and I don't know who their accountant is, I don't care. I said, hey, did you set up your nonprofit? What's going on? I don't even responded or not, but he have gave.
I just saw actually today, but everybody has been telling me like get nonprofits, but I never was doing it from a mindset.
Oh,
that was a mistake, right? So I'm gonna let you get me right and everything else, right? So that's one thing. I am coachable. So I was doing it from a place like, man, I ain't worried about no get back. I'm doing it for the love for the people. But I do understand from the business side that there's advantages to it. So
tax purposes, especially 2020, man, you could have wrote off all of that, would have wiped out whatever income you just made. Like literally, like I'm so blown you didn't do that. Like I sent you when I message y'all, just check it out.
Well,
And
that wasn't because I had to follow you, but I be having so many messages. Sometimes it be a lot. Definitely when you start calling out people's favorite pastors, they pastor coaches, and all them, people.
They say the black sheep. You the black sheep, Tony. So no, guys, this is very refreshing because Tony and Lil, he worse than me, y'all. So I was the same way, Tony. I went on everybody. It don't matter because if you hurting my people and I see it, so like a lot of coaches was collecting money and they wasn't performing, and I see them on my clients' financial statements. They're paying this coach $500, and then I get nothing. The coach not even showing up to class. So I used to do my live streams and I used to get blackballed and everything. So it's good I'm not the only one out here that's doing it. And then I have to message my PR staff and be like, hey, can I do this? She be like, yeah, you can do it. So when I messaged her that day when they were shitting on you, I was like, can I go ahead and support them? She's like, yeah, go ahead. And I have to ask first because she the one got to take, all of
they cliquish and all that, but as long as you do the right thing, you be honest and ethical, fuck them. I always tell people, like, if I'm protecting and doing the right thing, I don't care what nobody think about me. Like, and this is what I'll leave on. I told people the number one reason that helps me win is I stopped giving a fuck about what other people thought about me.
Right.
When y'all understand that part right there, your whole situation is going to change. Stop giving a fuck about other people's opinion about you. You'll win more.
And they're not paying your bills. Good way to close the show. Tony, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate you. I know we learned a lot, guys, but one thing I want you all to take from this is authenticity out of all of this. And you can get money in real estate, wholesaling real estate. Authenticity, because a lot of y'all are being fake. A lot of y'all are not really being true to you. Then y'all look at me like she not the normal accountant because I might stutter, I might rap, I might dance. Can I just be me? And so you guys have to go out and be you and make the money and attract the people and the tribe that you're supposed to make impact on. Tony, we appreciate you and keep doing the good work in the community and keep making impact and making millions.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right, guys. So tune in next week, Tuesday. I don't know if we have a guest coming on the show yet, but we will confirm and you'll see it posted on our live streams. But don't forget, join us at bit.ly/TMZ get notified. TMZ get notified so you can know what guests we have coming in store and what to look out, in the future as well. And then there's so many tax changes and stuff, guys. You want to stay in the loop. I appreciate you guys. We done ran over time. Have a good night, y'all. Bye, y'all.